What's up, guys? Jim the Game Guru. Today's video I am gonna go over a perfect example of why you don't spend money on ROM titles that have been re-released on the Switch. So this is Virtual Racing, a pretty popular racing title for back in the day, retro gaming. Came out on, I want to say, with 32X, and I can't remember if it ever made it its way to like Saturn or Dreamcast. I think one of those other ones. I can't remember. It's been a while. They had it for the 32X, and that's what I'm familiar with. And the arcades, obviously, this was big in the arcades when it first came out, long time ago. So M2 worked on this one for the Switch, and they re-released it, and they cleaned up a lot of the graphics. It looks really smooth, the graphics, and they have some cool things on where, like, you know, you can do local co-op and play online, and all that stuff is really good. But I don't know, the game does not age well at all. And I'm going to go into a single play here. And I know that if you play with local play and you have a bunch of buddies, you're sitting on a couch and you're playing this game, that you're probably going to have fun, even more fun. Yeah, even more fun here. I'm doing perfect English here. It's going to be better than it would be single player. And I get that. But the online play doesn't really attract me. The game doesn't age well for its local play, and it's just I'm kind of upset that I spent $8 on this. I really am. So I'm gonna go into Big Forest here. Yeah, I know it's the beginner one, but I'm not trying to be an all-star racer here on this video. I just want to kind of show you guys how it plays. So you press A to go, and then B to to brake, and that's all there is. So in this game, you basically race until your time expires, and then when your time expires, whatever position you have is what you get. Unless you cross the finish line and you're first already, then you still have time to go. Then it'll actually stop and you win. So M2 worked on this. They provided all the enhancements to the game, and I think they did a really good job for what they had to do. But I'm kind of upset that I spent $8 on this. I really am. This is a game, and I know people go, oh, the whole thing with Nintendo, the Nintendo police, and ROMs and everything else, like, oh, you can't, it's illegal and don't do that and blah 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 blah. It's kind of like that. I just want to, like, quote that stupid Ben Stiller movie with Meet the Parents. Well, I mean, it's not really stupid. I like that movie a lot. When he says, "Oh, you can't say bomb on a plane." Oh, well, you can't say ROM when you're playing Nintendo Switch games. Yeah, ROM. I feel like I'd rather just not have spent any money on this, have my own copy of Virtual Racing, and be legal with having the ROM in, as long as it's a backup, play the ROM. It would have given me the same level of satisfaction that I have playing this game now. The controls are very jerky on here. You see how jerky they are just by slightly touching the left analog. And I understand that they did the best they could with the game, and it's just the way it is. But I don't know, just don't spend your money on this. It's like I hate the whole ROMs packages that are built for the Switch, and they have an emulator, and then they have a new pretty front end, and it's just, that's all it is. But this one, I think there's a little bit more work they put into it, so I can understand giving them a few bucks for this. So, like, maybe $4 or something, but $8 was a little too high. But there's a lot of the titles though they're pushing out with ROMs that they don't have all these other enhancements. They're just straight up the way the games were, with a front end on top of it, like a whole new UI, and the same base game, like Disney $30 garbage with the Lion King, Contra, and then the Castlevania ones. I mean, I've always been like, okay, don't buy these ROM packages, and this is a perfect example why. A lot of these games don't age well, and they're just, I could have just gotten the same level of satisfaction playing it with a legal copy of the game that I already own. And I don't know, and usually I don't try to be too negative. I try to like promote a lot of the video stuff, that games that I play on. Okay, oh, I came in second there. Whether it's indie games or whatever games, and try to promote and push that stuff, because I think it's, you know, when people do good work, I think it should be rewarded. But there's $5 gem games that I find on the Switch that entertain me longer than this. Like, I mean, like I bought this for $8. I fired it up, and I'm done with it. Like, I could have done that on an emulation machine. And I was excited because I saw it. I'm like, okay, well, these are cool things, cool enhancements. But I'm like, eh. Yeah, I mean, this is. I'm gonna do one more course to show you things. I mean, it's for what they did. Let's go to Bay Bridge. I guess they did a pretty good job, but it's just don't waste your money on this. It's good for what the game is, and if you really, really are a lover of this game or any of the ROM games, go ahead, I guess, pick it up. If you know, do whatever your heart desires on that kind of stuff. But as far as a consumer standpoint, I feel like if you play a legal backup of a game, then you're gonna get the same level of satisfaction as you will from this. So just spend your money on different and interesting games that are, you know, more modern to this day, even if they're pixel art or something. I do like how smooth the graphics are in this. I'm not gonna lie. I like how they smoothed it out a little bit. Like, you don't see a lot of the pixelization. For the most part, it's pretty good. But it's not. I just don't feel like it was worth the $8. Not that $8 is a lot. It's nothing compared to like $60, but at the same time, you can spend $0 if you're gonna play your own original copies. They're not gonna be as pretty and nice or have this online play or anything else, but I mean, I couldn't imagine playing this online. I would play one race and I'd be bored. I'd be like, who cares? It's like, oh, you beat me. You got a better score than me. You play this all the time. Okay, great. Who cares? It doesn't take away from the game being a classic or anything, because it's a classic. I mean, I'm just gonna go for more playing the original copies. I'm gonna finish this up here, and then we'll ooh, didn't spin out there. Yeah, no, I did more a little whining and griping on this video, but I don't know. I was a little bummed. I'm not gonna lie. I fired this up and I was like, oh, I was so excited because, you know, the whole nostalgic feeling of playing it back in the day and stuff like that. And then I was just like, okay, 1 or 2 runs, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I wonder if they were able to do any more than what was already present in the game. Like if they had a choice to do more. Like, hey, do some more, I don't know, different courses, or I don't know how much of a change they had or how much of an access they had to the original source code of the game, to see if they could manipulate more to put more into it. Maybe that would have made it a little just better, by having additional courses and maybe objectives within the courses or something. I don't know. Just something to make it, maybe the control, make it a little more smoother. But I just don't know how much access they had to the actual original source code of the game. But yeah, this is VR racing, virtual racing. I personally wouldn't buy it, knowing that now. Well, I mean, I did obviously, but knowing now, I wouldn't. I would never go back and buy it if I already knew how this was going to be. But it's yeah, it is what it is. So, thanks for watching, guys.